Welcome back. Today on Purposeful Living, sponsored by Elder Care Solutions, I'm joined now by Phil Pullman with an organization dedicated to helping the aging individuals in our community with their legal needs. Thanks so much for coming in today,
Thanks.
Phil. Tell us who you brought in.
Well, I brought in Center for Elder Law and Justice. This is Alex and Christy, and they're going to share some information that really help a lot of seniors, with their legal questions.
Great. Alrighty. Tell us more about the Center for Elder Law and Justice.
So Center for Elder Law and Justice is a nonprofit organization that's been here in Buffalo for over 40 years. We provide civil legal services to older adults and other vulnerable populations across Western New York, as well as offering free legal clinics and presentations to the community.
Nice. Okay. So, your organization doesn't necessarily handle criminal matters, but can you tell us more about the types of legal services that you are able to help with?
Absolutely. So we're one of the civil nonprofits in Western New York, so we can handle a whole variety of civil legal issues, which could range from anything, and I'm only going to touch on a few of them. I'm sure I'm going to get back to the office. A lot of people are going to say, hey, you missed me, so I apologize. But we can help. We have a kinship unit. So these are situations where you've got an adult caregiver who wants to be involved in their grandchild or grandniece, grandnephew's life, but because the parents aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. So we will represent that individual to try to help them take care of the child. We have an elder abuse unit, and this is, everyone thinks abuse, they think physical. This is emotional, psychological, financial. We try to step in and make sure that that stops and that we can actually help people get back on their feet after those situations. We have a consumer unit, so if a senior is facing credit card debt or collections, or even if they have hired someone who didn't do the work that they promised that they were going to do, we can take a look at that situation. We have a financial management unit as well, coming alongside people, helping them manage their budget, especially seniors who are on a lower or limited income. I supervise our housing unit, so we represent tenants in eviction proceedings. We represent homeowners in foreclosure proceedings. We also have a medical legal partnership we refer to as our MedLaw program. We are in hospitals around the area providing people who are receiving healthcare treatment with legal services as well. So we really run the gamut, and I have not even touched on everything.
Yeah.
So this is just a brief overview of what we do.
A myriad of options of different ways that you can help with our seniors. And you did touch on it, but legal services can be costly for many seniors. A lot of them are on a fixed income. How do people actually pay for your services?
That's the great thing, is that our services to our clients are absolutely free. We get funding from a whole bunch of different sources so that we can provide these services free of charge to our clients. So all of the legal work we do, we don't charge for. Where some people might need to step in is for court costs. Those are usually things that we can't cover. However, when we think that we're going to run into that, we try our best to apply for waivers of court costs to help our clients so that they don't have to pick those up either. So we really try to make sure that while you're not paying for our legal services, we're trying to keep our costs as low to our clients as possible on the other front.
Makes sense. Okay. So, obviously we're talking about picking up cases and everything, but what if a senior watching right now just has a legal question that's brief, doesn't necessarily need you to take them on as a client? Can they call?
We do have a helpline that operates Monday through Friday from 9 to 11. People can call and talk to a real human. If our real humans are busy, they can leave a voicemail or send us an email as well, and we'll get back to them within 3 business days.
That's awesome. Our senior community is, unfortunately, especially now with, robocalls and all these scammers, they're a huge target. What are some of the biggest things our seniors are facing legally that, proceeds to legal matters, and how have you been able to help them?
That's really a great question. I'm biased because I do our housing unit, so I will say that housing in Buffalo, it is a huge need. We have seniors who you are on a fixed income. If your rent goes up, that's going to be very difficult for you to manage. So we try to come alongside people to work out either budgeting or payment options so that they can handle those rent increases. We try to also step in, if at all possible, to try to work out some type of arrangement that will keep them in their home and keep that cost low. Another thing that I see quite often is a need for scam prevention and scam education. Working in foreclosure, I will willing to bet that all of my clients at some point have gotten a scam letter. And we have had people call us and say, is this legit? Which is great. We can say, no, it isn't. But that's another big service that we provide, especially with our consumer and elder abuse units as well.
That's right. Phil, did you have anything else you wanted to run with?
Can we go back to the services you provide? So can you write up POA papers? Can you write up, healthcare proxies? What can you do, or what can you advise?
Yeah. So we can generally advise on an effect before actually drafting the documents. Some of our programs are able to do that. It's not everyone. So we do encourage people to call in and see if they qualify. For example, our medical legal partnership might assist with those where our consumer unit might not, for example. So it is something where in certain situations we can help with powers of attorney and healthcare proxies. So we just encourage everyone to call in and see what they qualify for. We try to also, if someone calls in for one issue, if we discover that they have another issue, we try to see, can we handle that in-house first?
And is it a team, or is it one attorney, or are you, just, it's one person taking care of you? How does it actually work?
That's the great thing that I found about working there, is that it is a very team-oriented atmosphere. We have attorneys, paralegals in every single unit. So it's rarely that you get one perspective. We also meet regularly as a team of attorneys. So if anyone has a case that stumps them, we try to pool those intellectual resources. So you've got a great team behind you, even if it's not the team that you're actually interfacing with. There's a whole office that's able to pitch in
Able to
and
help out. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in and talking more about what you do and what's available to our seniors that could use your help and services. Viewers, if you need legal guidance provided by the Center for Elder Law and Justice, you can contact the email or helpline number on your screen. This Purposeful Living segment is sponsored by Elder Care Solutions. Thanks again for coming in.